Anybody know the guy? Tom Monahan's an orphan in Michigan. He didn't have a pot to do anything with. I'm trying to be ministerial. He didn't have the pot. But he had one thing. He was from a very poor family. He had one thing. He had a desire. He loved baseball. He loved baseball. And so he tells the kids at school, and this is how he transcended self-esteem into soul-esteem. He said, I love baseball, therefore, I'm going to own the Detroit Tigers. Oh, yeah, you know what he said? This orphan, look at the rags he's in, look at all the stuff he is, look at how lousy he is. Now, how's he going to have it? You're never going to own the Detroit Tigers. Oh, yes, I will. My plan is to own the Detroit Tigers. Now, he wasn't aware of this belief system. He wasn't aware that he's putting a call into action to Big Sweetie, to that power within, and saying, Big Sweetie, guess what? I'm going to own the Detroit Tigers. And Big Sweetie said, well, keep focusing on it, and we'll see what we can do about it. How? And synergistically it happened. This story is so important for today's talk, because it shows how the synergism of the universe works. So what happens? He keeps that in mind. I'm going to own the Detroit Tigers. He graduates from high school, and so Big Sweetie's starting to work in his life. He had an urge to go work in a pizza parlor so that he can support himself while he's going through college. So what does he do? He goes works in a pizza parlor. He learns the pizza business. Then he had another urge. He says, wait, I had an idea. Where do these ideas come from? It's come from Monahan. It's coming from Big Sweetie. Hey, here's an idea. Synergistically, wow, start a pizza establishment, but do something different. Rather than have people just come to me, I'll deliver pizzas to somebody else. Isn't that cool? Where did that come from? Big Sweetie. Yeah. So he decided to quit college and form his own company. And, you know, I just realized I don't have that stupid thing. Okay. So you have to look at the YouTube on it. I think it works. But anyway, I get off the point so easily. So anyway, he starts his establishment, and Tom Monahan ended up owning the biggest worldwide pizza delivery company in the world, called Domino's Pizza. It's named Domino's. That's where it started. It started from Big Sweetie. Not only that, it got to an income of $2 billion annual income, 4,100 outlets. Isn't that absolutely incredible? And then you're going to say, but Angelo, what about the Detroit Tigers? This is how the universe works. It's working with us. We're at some house, then we're at the community center. We started over there where the Rite Aid is in an old building, and we end up here. Synergism, moving us to that next step. So in 1983, Tom Monahan bought the Detroit Tigers for $53 million. Isn't that cool? Say yes. I'm going to end with something pretty awesome. Well, come on, Angelo, get your ego all the way up. This guy named Bobby was focusing primarily on this self-esteem, this value that others had placed on him, and he was in distress. What was happening? He lost his job, his house was in foreclosure, and his best sweetheart friend walked out on him, and he was a mess. So he heard about this wise man who lived at the top of Thornbury Mountain, and that this person would bring him enlightenment and would help him. So he decided to pay a visit to this wise man on Thornbury Mountain. So he drove on this dirt road to the bottom of the mountain, and then he started to climb up the mountain. And then he realized why they called it Thornbury Mountain. He was scratched and bruised, he fell, his face was scratched up, his shirt was almost torn off. It took him 2 days to get up to the mountain. His knees were bruised, and he gets up to the mountain, and he sees this cabin with this very wise old man sitting on a wheelchair, on a rocking chair. And the old man looked at him and said, My God, what are you doing? What happened to you? And he said, I came for enlightenment. My life's a mess, and I need some help. And I was told that you could help me. And the wise man said, yes, I can help you. But first I have to give you one bit of advice. And he said, well, what's that? He says, take the paved road that leads you to the large parking lot on the other side of the mountain. And then you can get on the tram, a 5-minute tram, and you can be up here in just a moment or two. That's the way we live our life. We try to do it alone, do it on our own. When we finally realize, hey, wait a minute, I don't have to solve this problem as a physical being. I'm a spiritual being occupying this body, and I'm trying to learn how to deal with this physicalness, this finite stuff, and I'm a soul. Therefore, I'm going to go to the power within, and I'm going to have it work with me and help me. That's getting on the tram. And I think what this month is about is taking the tram up to the mountain. Say it with me loud and clear.
And so it is.
And so it is. All